Good morning from Chris from the deck of our boat. This session today will be a quick morning session, 20-25 minutes. We will see what comes up. And it will be a slow sun salutation flow to wake you up in the morning or also during the day. I have got an essential oil here. It's called Hope. It's got citrus notes in it, and I think we all can do with a bit of hope at the moment. So I'm just going to apply it to my arms, into my neck, and a little bit into my hands to start me off. We're gonna start the session standing at the front of the mat, feet are hip width apart, the knees slightly bent, the spine is nice and elevated, the eyes can be closed. And just having a few breaths arriving in your space on your mat. Give your shoulders a nice little roll upwards and backwards so your chest is nice and open. If you like, you can have 3 changing breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the open mouth. It really helps to release any tension you may be holding. Just spending another few minutes just tuning in with your deep yogic nasal breathing, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose from now on, if you can. Inhaling a bit deeper, exhaling a bit longer. So coming away from the shallow chest breathing into deep belly breathing. Observing how your chest is raising and lowering, belly moving in and out. Allowing all the outside stimulations to fall away, just arriving in your body, on your mat. Let's start by gently moving our neck towards right, back, left and front, circles of a neck. One direction only, exploring full rotation in your neck. And opposite way towards left, back, right and front. Coming back to center. Nice big shoulder rolls backwards. Shoulders are lifting up, back, down, forwards. So trying to make the biggest circle with your shoulder joints. Movements are slow and conscious rather than fast and furious. Breath is deep, spine is long. Feet are steady, toes are spread. Changing direction forwards. And coming back to center. From here we are going to reach our arms up, high over our head, palms together. If you like, you can feel into a bit of a back bend, only if it feels good. And exhaling, folding from the hips, the whole upper body releases down. Your hands can dangle in the air, or you can bring hands to your elbows. Neck is completely relaxed, whole upper body relaxed. Legs are long and strong, toes are spread, knees slightly bent. Feeling into that grounding sensation through soles of the feet. Try to spread your toes as wide as possible. And just hanging and breathing. On the next inhalation, we are slowly peeling the spine back off the mat. Coming upright, arms reaching up and over our heads, palms together,
back bend if it feels comfortable. And coming back
to center, hands in your heart space in prayer, palms of the hands together. Exhaling, releasing, hands, arms reaching up again once more, palms together.
Exhaling, releasing forwards into a full forward fold.
I always like to wiggle my hips a bit. Knees are always slightly bent, feet always hip width apart. Really softening for that upper body. Sometimes walking the legs out ever so slightly helps to bring a bit more softness into the hips. Neck completely relaxed, face is nice and soft, teeth slightly separated, so your jaw can be relaxed. Inhaling slowly, gently peeling spine off, reaching arms up and over your head.
Interlacing your fingers, the index fingers reach up towards the sky, all the other fingers are folded, thumbs are crossed.
The arms are nice and close by your ears, and we are going to release the upper body towards the right side, feeling into a half moon pose, standing half moon pose. And the arms are really nice and close by your ears. I always like to rock my hips a bit to help my body release towards the right. So your hips are moving out towards the left, and the arms are releasing towards the right. So you're looking a little bit like a banana shape or a half moon shape. Just holding here, extending the whole left side body. And switching sides, coming back to center and releasing the arms towards the left. Taking your time, readjusting legs if you need to. And just very slowly. I like to bounce the hips just ever so slightly back and forth to help my body release into that stretch. It's an extension of the right side body now. Keeping those arms as close to the ears as you can, the palms of the hands as much together as you can. The breath is still deep. We are not holding the breath, even if it's tempting. Each exhalation you can try and soften a bit more. Inhaling, coming back to center. On the exhalation, you can release your neck backwards. We are coming into a back bend.
So just gently, according to your ability, without being forceful, releasing the back backwards only as far as it feels comfortable. Holding the neck slightly. Breath is deep. And coming forwards, folding from the hips, feeling into your full forward fold slowly, gently. Knees slightly bent, hands can be on your elbows, on the mat, behind your legs, whatever feels good. You can hold on to your heels, relaxing, releasing forwards. Tuning in with your deep conscious breath. And coming up once more. Slowly, gently peeling the spine off one vertebrae at a time, reaching the arms up, palms together, back bend if you like. And bringing hands back into your heart space. Keeping the eyes closed and just tuning in with the body for a moment, observing your heartbeat, your breath, steadying breath, making it slow and steady once more. My heart is pumping a bit faster, which is what we are trying to achieve with this morning session, getting rid of stagnant chi energy and getting the blood going, flowing. Exhaling, releasing your hands, arms by the side, inhaling, reaching up, and we're coming into a Chia Pose now. Sitting into an imaginary chair, bringing hands into your heart space. So releasing the pelvis down, I come sideways so you can maybe see better. Sitting down into that imaginary chair. We don't want to lean forwards through the spine, we really pick the spine up. So it's nice and tall. If you like, you can bring the arms up by your ears or keep them in a heart space, whichever feels better for you.
Just having a few breaths there. Let's all bring our hands into our heart space and come into a chair twist. We're bringing the left elbow, let's come around this way, left elbow up and over towards the right. The palms are pushing on top of each other, right elbow reaches up towards the ceiling. You can look out towards your hands or towards the right elbow. And exhaling, releasing back to center and switching sides, right elbow onto the left leg, looking out towards the left side. Palms pushing on top of each other and left elbow reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, full forward fold. Once more. And inhaling, slowly, gently peeling off the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Reaching the arms up and over your head, palms together, back bend if you like. And hands back into heart space. Closing eyes, arriving in your body, observing breath, heartbeat. Making the breath slow and steady once more. Let's bring a balancing pose in. Tree pose. Will be slightly wobbly on the boat because the boat is rocking, but you should be home, fine at home. So there's several stages to do tree pose. The first one is to just have the toes on the mat. We're starting with the right leg being up. So the right toes can be on the mat and the heel above the ankle. Or you can put the whole right foot above the ankle below the knee. Or the whole foot above the knee below the pelvis. Or if you're an advanced practitioner, you can bring the whole right foot on the left upper leg and release your knee down. Hands into a heart space or above your head. Fingertips together, apart, whichever feels nice in your body. Breath is deep. In balancing poses, we usually want to find a drishti point, a point in front of you on the floor that you can focus on so you don't get distracted and can keep your steadiness. Breath is deep. Left foot is nice and grounded, toes are spread, standing leg can have a slight bend in the knee. And exhaling, releasing arms and right leg down. You can give your legs a little workout. And we are grounding in for our right foot, toes are nice and spread, left foot is coming up. So again, you have the option of having the left toes on the mat, heel just above the ankle, whole left foot above the ankle below the knee. It's wobbly. And the whole foot below the pelvis above the knee. Hands into a heart space or above your head. Or arms spread, whichever feels good. The wind is blowing here, so I feel a bit unsteady. Breathing is deep, find your drishti point. The spine is nice and tall. The breath slow and steady. Toes of the standing leg are spread, whole sole of the feet grounded. Knees slightly bent. And releasing arms and leg down. Again, you can walk your feet out. Just for a moment. Let's come into a bit more movement. So we're coming back to the front of the mat, feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, pelvis is in its natural position. So the pelvis is not tucked in, it's slightly tilted out so that your spine has that natural S curve. The chest is nice and open, shoulders rolled back and up, proper standing pose. And from here we're reaching the arms up and over our heads, palms together, exhaling, folding forwards, full forward fold. Spending a couple of breaths in your full forward fold once more. Find a placement for your hands and arms that feels good, either touching the ground or your legs on the back, or hands to elbows, or hands wrapped around the heels, so whatever feels good and right in your body. Let's bring the hands in front of our toes and step back into a down dog. In down dog, we want to make sure that the fingers are nice and spread, the whole surface of the hand is pushing into the mat. The wrists are aligned with shoulders. We are pushing back through the shoulders, back and down. So the heart space is reaching back and down towards the mat. The tailbone is reaching back and up towards the sky. You don't have to have your heels towards the mat. The heels can be off the mat. You can be onto your toes. I like to always walk out my legs and feet to bring a bit more softness to the hips. You can also come onto tippy toes, heels up towards the sky, and then releasing the heels down towards the mat. Tippy toes, heels down. Tippy toes, heels down. Brings flexibility to the toe joints. Breathing deep, strengthening our upper body. Neck is completely relaxed. And let's place knees down here and come down towards the mat. So knees are underneath your hips, the toes are flat and they're coming down with chin and chest first, pelvis last. Onto the mat with our bellies, and from here we're coming up on the inhalation, pushing into our hands just ever so slightly, and on the exhaling back down. So it's flexible Dynamic Cobra. Inhaling, coming up, exhaling down. Try to reduce the pressure in your hand as best as you can. So you could even bring your arms alongside the body to use the back and belly muscles to accommodate that movement. You could also just have your hands slightly above the mat, or just very softly supporting you. A few more. Last one, and exhaling, just relaxing on your belly for a moment. Looking out towards the right. The arms are completely relaxed. In whatever way feels good. Bringing the hands back underneath your shoulders on the inhalation. We are coming up again, forehead is on the mat, and slowly on the inhale, bringing the spine back up. This time we are coming all the way up, walking the hands slightly forwards into a high cobra. If that is too much for your spine, just repeat the low Dynamic Cobra. From here you can look up and over your right shoulder, gazing towards your left heel. Cobra twist. And exhaling, looking back to center and looking up and over your left shoulder, trying to catch a glimpse of your right heel. And exhaling, releasing elbows back down, coming down back towards the mat, looking out towards the left side. Arms relaxed in any way that feels good. You can wiggle your pelvis if you like to release any tension in the lower back. And Forehead back to center, hands back underneath shoulders, curling your toes under, coming back onto the knees, and stepping back into your down dog triangle shape. Again, a few breaths here, just holding your down dog, softening through the shoulders, for the heart space, back and down towards the mat, neck completely relaxed, tailbone reaching up towards the ceiling. On the next inhalation, you can take lots of little steps, one big step or a soft jump forwards towards your hand. Feet hip width apart, full forward fold. Releasing the whole upper body like a rag doll. Legs long and strong, toes spread, firm grounding through soles of feet. Knees slightly bent. Inhaling, slowly peeling up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Reaching up towards the sky, palms together, back bend if you like. And coming back. Straight spine, hands into heart space, eyes closed. Steadying your breath, observing heartbeat. Softening face. One last flow. Exhaling, releasing arms by your side. Inhaling, reaching up towards sky. Exhaling, feeling into your back bend. And releasing forwards into the full forward fold. Few breaths. Stepping back into down dog. Once more. If you want to have a little bit more stimulation here, you can lift your right leg up towards the sky. Only if it feels good, otherwise leave both legs down. Right leg down, left leg up. Both hands nice and firm in the mat. Left leg down. Knees down. Coming down with chin and chest first, pelvis last. Onto the mat with your belly. Hands underneath shoulders. On the next inhalation, we are feeling up into a Dynamic Cobra. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Slow and gentle, no forcing, no pushing in the hands. Releasing down, forehead to the mat, curling toes under and pushing back onto your knees. Down dog, curling toes under. Find your down dog. A few breaths here. Releasing heart space, shoulders back and down towards mat, neck relaxed, hands firmly connected with a full surface in your mat. And next inhalation, walking or jumping forwards. Full forward fold. Complete upper body relaxed like a rag doll, legs long and strong, micro bend in knees. Inhaling, peeling spine off, one vertebrae at a time. Reaching up, palms together, back bend if you like. And coming back into a straight position, hands in heart space. Eyes closed, steadying breath and heartbeat. Observing the effects of the movements on your body, physically, mentally. Releasing arms by your side. And let's come into a seat to finish our session. You may have a bolster or a meditation cushion at home. I only have rolled up towels here. So I will sit on my towels. You can sit cross-legged or with long legs. Against the wall if you have one is also fine. Or kneeling is a nice way to sit as well. on the toe. So find your seated position. We are lifting up through the spine, through the crown. You can have your hands in chin mudra and your mudra with the index fingers together, palms facing up or down, or hands completely relaxed, or your Buddha, hands with the thumbs together, right hand on top of the left. Just having a few breaths. Softening the face. Tuning in with ourselves once more. Coming into a state of no more doing, just being for a few moments. Make sure your face is relaxed, maybe even a little half smile. Releasing teeth and jaw, dropping the shoulders. Spine is long and strong, and grounding for your seat for the legs. If you choose, you can stay here for another 5 to 10 minutes doing your morning meditation, or you can start your day. Thank you for practicing with me this short morning wake-up session. Thank you for being here. Namaste.